Busch get out there and stretch that lead out to about a second and a half, while Hornaday and Bain and some of the others were battling there in traffic.
Vince, it allows you to use the entire racetrack, and you know, on the short track, that's everything. Take the low side on entry, let the car drift all the way to the wall on the exit. If you can do that lap after lap, you're saving tires.
Yeah, you're not getting locked down to the bottom of the racetrack, tearing them up or nothing like that. And Vince, you were talking about the clean air. A lot of people think, hey, this is a short track. That's not important. Let me tell you what, it is important. You get any type of air. These guys are going over 120 miles an hour in the straightaway. I mean, folks, you ever drove down the highway, stuck your hand out the window, see what that feels like? Let me tell you what downforce does a lot, even on these short tracks.
We got a few takers here, guys.
Pit lane is open. You see they're being led by the 60 of Carl Edwards. Trevor Bain in there as well. Let's go to Rick DeBrule for the 99.
Yeah, the thing they were really questioning was the weather. They were concerned that if they come in and it rains that they would have lost that. They need to make some adjustments, though. They decided they finally didn't have a choice. Not only were they going to adjust the track bar in the rear, they want to put a rubber in, they also decided to go for 4 tires. Shannon?
Carl Edwards says the car is getting better. You see a chassis adjustment right there. They have been working on this car all night, and it's going to be 2 tires for Carl Edwards.
Kyle Busch stayed out, but Carl Edwards came in, and it looks like some problems on the 66. We'll document that when we come back. 1 and 2, the 18 and the 22. O'Reilly Raceway Park, the leader Kyle Busch stayed out. Carl Edwards came in. He's our in-race reporter. Rusty?
Hey, Carl, Rusty, ESPN, you got us?
I got you, Rusty.
All right, buddy, it's crunch time right now. You got 4 sticker tires in that thing. You're running 11th. You got what it takes to win this race?
A good question. You know, we're not out racing them on the racetrack. You know, our car, I'm having trouble with it. A little tight in the center, loose off. So we're going to try to outsmart it here by taking these tires. And I think if we can get maybe 1 caution and get some clear track out there, we're going to be pretty good.
Carl, what have you been fighting all night long with the car?
Man, it's really good on restarts, and then I get down to the center, and I'm just tugging the wheel tight, and then I get on the gas and come off, and I'm really loose. But on these restarts, it seems pretty good. It's just after a few laps, so this is actually the best case for us. I just hope coming back here to 11th doesn't hurt us.
All right, buddy, thanks for talking to us. Go back to work.
Thanks, Russ.
Still cleaning up the mess in turn 3. Let's go downstairs to Shannon Spake with Ron Hornaday. We're going to check in with them in a moment. Hornaday, one of those involved in the contact, so we'll get his thoughts here in a moment. He was running second at the time, so the 33 had a very good run going until this. Shannon.
Well, as you just said, down here with Ron Hornaday, I saw you favoring your right shoulder a little bit. Are you all right?
No, just my ribs a little bit. That was a hard hit. I guess he didn't listen to the driver's meeting. I mean, right they got the corner, he just turned left. So I hate it for Kevin in the lane. Ernie Cope, all these guys worked hard on this Jimmy John's car. We were running Kyle down at 10th lap. I don't think I could have passed him, but we had a good second place car today. And he did the same thing in practice. So he came over, apologized, said he'd stay out of my way. And what was he do? Wrecks us. So I don't know.
Ron, I saw you got up on the pit box and spoke with his crew chief. What'd you have to say to him?
I just want to know if his spotter said anything. He's, oh, yeah, he wanted the outside as well. Everybody wants the outside, but Kyle just passed him to the inside, and I already committed to the inside. He just turned left. I hate to see it. It was a good car, and sorry, Kevin Blaney. Jimmy John, they deserve a good run, and it was a good showing for them.
Thanks, Ron. Vince?
Well, that clears up a little bit then, because we only had the in-car camera on Ron Hornaday and thought maybe he had a tire go down, but it sounds like from Ron's perspective that J.C. Stout got into him, then turned down into him as they were going into turn 3.
Vince, evidently JC got into him, and when he hit the right front, it actually did blow the tire out. But it seems like it happened when those two made contact. And to me, I just thought the fender was hitting, but hey, obviously he knows more than we know. But it did blow out, the tire did.
29 laps to go. Is this the final sprint to the finish, or will we get another caution between now and then? And look at the two that are leading the way. Last year's champion Kyle Busch on the outside. This year's points leader Brad Keselowski on the inside. Busch takes the lead, gets a nice little push there from the 62 initially on that restart.
Brendan Gaughan gets a great restart. Brad gets a little loose.
Well, you see, Brad Keselowski just really got loose off that corner. Oh!
More contact in the back.
Michael Annett in the wall right now.
One of the cars that stayed out, so maybe penalized for that. You know, the tires were maybe dirty on the restart.
Brendan Gaughan has jumped up into second. Strong run for the 62 of Gaughan. Carl Edwards, remember Edwards got the 4 fresh tires and he's now on the march again.
Oh guys, he's picked up 5 positions in just 1 lap. I mean, these new tires are doing a lot for Edwards. He's sailing through this field at the moment. Look at him go to the bottom, get a little bite up off of turn 4 down that front straightaway right in front of Allgaier, and now he's hunting down Brad Keselowski.
Yeah, Edwards takes away that 6th spot from Allgaier, now in 5th, Keselowski in 4th, and Almirola in front of him as well. So here comes Carl Edwards charging in on 22.
The new tires allow him to go places the other cars can't go. It's just grip.
We thought that the 2 of these guys running next to one another after what happened in Gateway might create some interesting moments, but right now it just looks like Edwards is just going to be stronger because he's got the fresh tires, although Keselowski's trying to hang in there.
You know, the tires are everything in the world. I mean, you heard what Carl told us. He said, hey, if I can get a caution late in this thing, get caught back up, he thinks he can win this thing. He might just run him down right now without that and still win this thing because his lap times are a lot faster than the leader.
Carl is now charged up into 4th place, and that's Eric Almirola in front of him. Almirola making his first start of the season here tonight in the 88 for Junior Motorsports. Let's check out the speeds at the line when they come back around this time and see what kind of numbers Kyle Busch is putting up on the screen in comparison maybe to what Carl Edwards is putting up.
Remember, now Carl's caught in traffic a little bit here.
But he's still faster than everybody on the track, and about a 10th faster than Kyle Busch, the leader. In traffic, Rusty, so that's a pretty strong statement.
Yeah, he's fastest in traffic. That's scary. Now he moves into 3rd now.
So Edwards has passed Almirola. Next on his radar will be Brendan Gaughan. There's a good battle between Paul Menard and Allgaier. That's for 7th spot.
Man, there is no better feeling in the world to be late in the race and everybody's got used tires and you got new ones and you are mowing them down. That is a great feeling.
New tires fix everything. Power off through the middle, the ability to turn, the ability to brake, everything.
Edwards charging in now on the 62 of Gaughan. Edwards pulls up side by side as they go into turn 1. Let's see if Carl can put Gaughan away and take over 2nd place.
Vince, this car's working so good in these new tires, he doesn't have to go to the top of the racetrack. He can stay in the bottom, shortest way around, and he's got the speed doing that. Doesn't need to use the whole track up now because he's just handling that good.
Gaughan has had a lot of success working around the outside, but he's not going to be able to stay up with Carl at this moment. Carl with those fresh tires, and the big question is now, can he catch Kyle Busch? Let's check in with Mike Massaro on the front runners. Mike.
And Vince, we're not the only ones watching the 60 cut his way through the field. Kyle Busch's new spotter, Eddie DeHaan, has basically been giving Kyle play-by-play over the last 5 or 6 laps as to the status of the 60. They knew he took tires, they knew he'd be coming, and they've given Kyle updates every lap as to where he's been running. They know he's on his way.
Well, he picked up about a 1/10 and a half on that last lap, and it's now down under 1.2 seconds to the lead for Kyle Busch.
Well, you know, if you're a spotter for Kyle Busch, the only thing you can say right now is drive your brains out because the 60 car is on the way, and he's a lot quicker.
Closing the gap. Seeing the intervals down there on the bottom of your screen as Edwards starts to creep in now. About a second behind Kyle Busch.
Yeah, that last time by Kyle Busch, a 23.66 to Carl Edwards, 23.55. So about a 1/10 of a second faster Carl is right now, Ricky.
Kyle's got to be careful here not to create wheel spin. He needs to save a little for when Carl catches him because he's probably going to catch him. He needs to save his best for last.
5 times this season, Kyle Busch has led the most laps. He's won every one of them. He's going to be your lap leader tonight as well. This is lap 127 that he will have led. Meanwhile, the battle for 8th, Allgaier in the Verizon Dodge, and there's Reed Sorensen getting up underneath it. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. watching from behind. You've got to keep your eye on the screen tonight because there has just been racing all over the place.
Yeah, Justin Allgaier's been solid tonight. He needs a good run. He's had some problems the last couple weeks.
Stenhouse trying to poke underneath and take away the spot from Allgaier. That would be for 9th. Back up toward the front. Almirola for 3rd, getting underneath Brendan Gaughan. They're going to be side by side going through the corner.
You see Almirola, the right rear quarter panel, and it just happened a couple laps ago. He peeled that thing back, tore